See, for today's organic chemistry session for GPAT, we'll be studying the rearrangement reactions. So rearrangement reactions are very important, as we can see most of the questions on rearrangement reactions have been asked in the GPAT examination as well as other competitive examinations. And when we talk about pharmaceutical chemistry or pharmaceutical organic chemistry, rearrangement reactions uh, are one of the important points. Okay, so one by one we'll be seeing most of the rearrangement reactions on which questions have been asked in the past GPAT questions, GPAT examinations. Okay, so we'll begin. See, the first reaction here we'll be seeing is the aldol condensation reaction. Aldol condensation reaction. So what the reaction says, two molecules of aldehyde or ketone, either aldehyde or ketone, okay, having a hydrogen condensed together in presence of base like dilute NaOH, Na2CO3, BOH twice to form beta hydroxyaldehyde or beta hydroxyketone respectively, which are collectively known as aldol. Okay, in simple language I will tell you, either two molecules of aldehyde, okay, दो molecule aldehyde के और दो molecule ketone के एक साथ आके, yeah, see, so in aldol condensation we can see either two molecules of aldehyde or either two molecules of ketone get condensed in the presence of bases like dilute NaOH, Na2CO3, BaOH twice to form beta hydroxyaldehyde or beta hydroxyketone respectively, okay, which we collectively call it as aldol. Okay, the condensed form of two aldehydes or condensed form of two ketone, उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, उसको हम बोलते हैं aldol. जैसे कि आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो, here we have two aldehydes, okay, acetaldehyde, two molecules of acetaldehyde which undergoes condensation in presence of a dilute alkali, dilute NaOH we have, okay, and we get 3-hydroxybutanol, or we can call it as collectively as aldol. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. So in aldol condensation, basically what happens, two molecules, okay, either of aldehyde or ketone condense in the presence of base, okay, to get beta hydroxyaldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone. What is beta hydroxy? See, this is CH2CHO, okay, so this is the alpha position of this functional group, this is the beta position. On the beta position there is a hydroxy group, okay, so this is beta hydroxy aldehyde. Also, when if we take ketone, two molecules, we'll get beta hydroxy ketone. Okay, the next reaction is bridge reduction reaction. Okay, in aldol condensation reaction, this aldol condensation is asked many times in most of the examinations like GPAT examination, NIPER, drug inspector, pharmacist examination. And what they basically ask in these exams, na, I will tell you. Like the question comes, when two molecules of aldehyde get condensed, what we get, or most times this aldol condensation reactions catalyst is asked, like which catalyst, or sometimes one or two times the question has come like which of the following is a catalyst for the reaction. ये पूरा reaction दिया जाता है और पूछते हैं कि इसमें से इस रिएक्शन का कैटलिस्ट कौन होगा. फिर ऑप्शंस होते हैं डाइल्यूट NaOH, Na2CO3, BOH twice and all of the above. तो ये सब तीनों के तीनों ऑप्शन बेस हैं, तो ऑल ऑफ द अबव वुड बी योर आंसर. या फिर इन तीनों में से या कोई और बेस को भी वो एज अ कैटलिस्ट यूज कर सकते हैं इस रिएक्शन में. तो यू जस्ट नीड टू बी स्पेसिफिक अबाउट द कंसेप्ट. देखो, आई विल जस्ट टेल यू, when we talk about rearrangement reactions or name reactions, GPAT में starting product या starting material and final product, okay, क्या है उस रिएक्शन का और उसका कैटलिस्ट क्या है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, ना ही बल्कि उसका मैकेनिज्म. बिकॉज द एग्जामिनेशन इज MCQ बेस्ड एग्जामिनेशन, दैट इज मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन बेस्ड एग्जामिनेशन. अगर ये एग्जामिनेशन थेरोटिकल होती तो उसमें आपको मैकेनिज्म पूछा जाता. जीपैट में मैकेनिज्म मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स पूछा नहीं जाता. ओके, कभी कभार एक का दूसरा क्वेश्चन आ गया तो ठीक, नहीं तो मैकेनिज्म नहीं. बट रिएक्शन का नेम, रिएक्शन का स्टार्टिंग मटेरियल, रिएक्शन का एंड प्रोडक्ट और रिएक्शन का कैटलिस्ट, दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन केस ऑफ योर रीअरेंजमेंट as well as name reactions. Now the second reaction is bridge reduction reaction. Okay, bridge reduction reaction. See what the statement of the reaction says. In case of di-substituted alkynes, reduction with sodium in liquid ammonia gives trans-alkene predominantly. This type of reduction is known as bridge reduction. Okay, what they are saying, in case of di-substituted alkynes, alkynes means triple bond. Okay, di-substituted means on the triple bond on both the sides there is some substitution. As you can see, this is a di-substituted alkyne. Okay, when a di-substituted alkyne undergoes what it undergoes, reduction in the presence of sodium and liquid ammonia. Okay, so we have sodium metal here and liquid ammonia, and bridge reduction reaction is will be happening, and we get trans alkene. This is very important. Only trans alkene is formed. Okay, cis alkene is not formed. Trans but 2-ene has been formed. Now in this reaction, what kind of questions have been asked? First of all, they ask the catalyst of this reaction because it is very specific catalyst for this reaction. मतलब क्या, इस रिएक्शन का कैटलिस्ट बहुत ही स्पेसिफिक है. ऐसा वाला कैटलिस्ट दूसरे रिएक्शंस में भी होता है, बट इस रिएक्शन में सिर्फ यही है और कोई कैटलिस्ट नहीं आ सकता. ओके, तो ब्रिज रिएक्शन में सोडियम मेटल और लिक्विड अमोनिया इज वेरी स्पेसिफिक. इसके कैटलिस्ट को पूछा जाता है. दूसरा, आपको ऐसे रिएक्शन दिया जाएगा जिसमें डाई सब्स्टिट्यूटेड अल्काइन होगा, स्टार्टिंग मटेरियल, उसका कैटलिस्ट दिया होगा और आपको उसका प्रोडक्ट बताना है. तो उस प्रोडक्ट में आपको ट्रांस और सिस दोनों ऑप्शंस होंगे. तो दो ऑप्शंस ट्रांस के होंगे, दो ऑप्शन सिस के होंगे. तो आपको देखना है कि इस पे क्या सब्स्टिट्यूएंट्स हैं, उस हिसाब से आपको वो वाला ट्रांस वाला आंसर सिलेक्ट करना है. सिस वाले ऑप्शंस तभी के तभी कैंसिल हो जाएंगे जब आप देखोगे कि इट इज अ डाई सब्स्टिट्यूटेड अल्काइन और यहाँ पे सोडियम और लिक्विड अमोनिया यूज किया गया है. ठीक है, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दिस रिएक्शन इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर जीपैट. Now we'll see the third reaction, that is Beckmann rearrangement, the most common reaction you may be aware of. Okay, all of the students. Okay, this is Beckmann rearrangement reaction. It is also been asked in GPAT, NIPER, drug inspector and pharmacist exams many times. Okay, so when we talk about Beckmann reaction, it states that oxime on treatment with catalysts such as concentrated H2SO4, SOCl2, PCl5, that is sulfuric acid, then we have thionyl chloride and phosphorus pentachloride, undergo rearrangement to form substituted amides. Reaction is known as Beckmann rearrangement. Okay, in Beckmann rearrangement, what they have said that, okay, oximes on treatment with catalysts such as, okay, H2SO4, SOCl2, PCl5 undergo rearrangement to form amides. Okay, oxime to amide formation is happening in Beckmann rearrangement. Now you can see we have a oxime here. Oxime means NOH, you can see here. Okay, this NOH gets converted to amine, that is C double bond ONH. This is a amide bond. Okay, so an oxime in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid and water, it gives N-phenylacetamide. Okay, so oxime to amide happens, okay, takes place in Beckmann rearrangement reaction. Next is Bals-Schimmeln reaction. Yeah. Bals-Schimmeln reaction. Pronunciation doesn't matter, you can pronounce it whatever you want because there are no marks for pronunciation or spellings in GPAT, but it is much important that you remember the name of the reaction and what is going on in that reaction. So Bals-Schimmeln's reaction. Okay, in Bals-Schimmeln's reaction, this is the method to prepare fluorobenzene from benzene diazonium salt by first converting it into benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. Okay, बायल reaction का main motive क्या है? उसका main motive है to form or to prepare fluorobenzenes. Okay, if you need to prepare fluorobenzene, you will use the Bals-Schiemann reaction. Fluorobenzene means this one. Okay, but how is a fluorobenzene prepared by Bals-Schiemann reaction? Okay, what they have told, from benzene diazonium salt. Okay, what they do, fluorobenzene are prepared from benzene diazonium salt, but this benzene diazonium salt is first converted into benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. Now you see here, okay, look here, you can see benzene diazonium salt. This is diazonium, benzene diazonium salt, N triple bond N. Okay, diazonium group. Okay, so this is benzene diazonium salt, which is converted into benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. Benzene diazonium tetrafluoro F4 times borate. Okay, how it is converted into benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate with the help of HBF4. Okay, and HCl is removed here. So you can see that benzene diazonium salt is converted into benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate, and this benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate on heating, okay, will provide fluorobenzene, and nitrogen and BF3 gets separated. So this is Bals-Schiemann reaction, in which we prepare fluorobenzene from benzene diazonium salt. Benzene diazonium salt is converted into benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate, and this benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate on heating gives fluorobenzene. I hope this is clear. Next is Clemmensen reduction reaction. Okay, Clemmensen reduction reaction. In this method, aldehydes and ketones are reduced with ZnHg, that is zinc and mercury. Okay, and ZnHg, when we combine it, we call it as ZnNg amalgam, zinc amalgam, and concentrated HCl. You may be aware about this catalyst, zinc amalgam and concentrated HCl is the most specific catalyst for Clemmensen reduction reaction. Okay, so aldehyde or ketone are reduced. This is a reduction reaction. Okay, when zinc amalgam and concentrated HCl are used as a catalyst, the reaction is a reduction reaction. So this is the Clemmensen reduction reaction. Now we have here aldehyde. Okay, and it is undergoing reduction. So 4 molecules of hydrogen in the presence of zinc amalgam and hydrochloric acid. So this is the reduction that is taking place of this aldehyde, and water is getting separated. Similarly, we have a ketone which is undergoing reduction in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl, and this is the reduction product. Okay, and water is separated. A very easy reaction. Okay, see what is happening here. When we talk about its mechanism, we already have a CH3, and this hydrogen will take this carbon will take more two hydrogens. Okay, so this becomes CH3, and this oxygen gets removed with the left two hydrogens. Okay, and H2O separates out. Similarly, in case of this ketone, what happens, this oxygen has to be removed. Okay, when we remove this oxygen and when we need to make a alkane, what we'll need to have, we need to have here two hydrogens. Okay, so two hydrogens will come here and two hydrogens will combine with this, so CH3 CH2 CH3, and we get H2O separated here. The next we have Corey-House synthesis reaction. Okay, you can call it as Corey-House synthesis reaction or whatever you pronounce it. Okay, in this reaction, just a minute. In this reaction, an alkyl halide, that is either primary, secondary or tertiary, is first converted into lithium dialkyl copper and then reacted with another alkyl halide, preferably primary, to give corresponding alkane. Okay, so the sentence or the statement for the reaction is bit complicated, but we'll break down it, okay, so that we can understand it clearly. What happens in this reaction? इस reaction क्या हो रहा है, एक alkyl halide प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी या थर्ड डिग्री कोई भी हो उसको फर्स्ट किस में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, कन्वर्टेड इनटू लिथियम डायल्किल कॉपर, ओके, एंड देन उसको रिएक्ट करते हैं दूसरे अल्किल हैलाइड से, प्रेफरेबली वन प्राइमरी अल्किल हैलाइड से उसको रिएक्ट करते हैं और फिर हमें मिलता है उसका करस्पॉन्डिंग अल्केन. सो विल सी द रिएक्शन. ओके, हियर वी हैव अ अल्किल हैलाइड, two molecules of alkyl halide we have here. We reacted with lithium, okay, we got alkyl halide attached with lithium, then we have here copper and ether, okay, and lithium dialkyl cuprate we have got after reacting this, and this lithium dialkyl cuprate again reacted with primary alkyl halide, okay, this is another 1 degree, okay, primary alkyl halide. What we are getting, primary or corresponding alkane, and rest of the molecules are separated. I hope you understood the reaction. It is a bit complicated because it involves many steps. It is not a single step reaction. But इसमें यही है मेन मोटिव या मेन, अगर आपने कंसेप्ट समझ लिया ना इस रिएक्शन का, तो यू कैन इजिली, क्योंकि आपको मैकेनिज्म पूछा तो जा नहीं रहा है पूरे रिएक्शन में, आपको पूछा क्या जाएगा कि कोरे-हाउस सिंथेसिस रिएक्शन में अल्किल हैलाइड का क्या बनता है, अल्किल हैलाइड का, या फिर आपको ये भी दिया जाता है कि अगर ये अल्किल हैलाइड है, ओके, और ये आपका प्राइमरी दूसरा अल्किल हैलाइड है जो 1 डिग्री है, तो आपका प्रोडक्ट क्या होगा. तो यू कैन सी दिस आर ग्रुप is written from the alkyl halide from the starting material, and this R group is written from the another 1 degree primary alkyl halide that we use to react with it. Okay, तो ये दोनों R group मिलके आपका फाइनल प्रोडक्ट होगा. तो you need to check the R group and then you need to answer. Okay, this is very important. Next is Cope elimination reaction. Cope elimination reaction. Tertiary amines are not oxidized by KMnO4. Their oxidation is carried out by Carros acid or ozone or hydrogen peroxide to form amine oxide. So tertiary amines doesn't get oxidized by KMnO4. So when we need to oxidize these tertiary amines, we carry out with by Carros acid or ozone or hydrogen peroxide, and what it results into, it forms an amine oxide. Okay, so we have a tertiary amine here, okay, R3N. We have either we can take a ozone, that is O3, then we can take hydrogen peroxide or H2SO5, we can call it as Carros acid, okay, and what we get amine and oxide, okay, amine oxide, that is amine and oxide we have received here in this case. Tertiary amine oxide containing a beta hydrogen atom forms an alkene. The reaction is called Cope reaction or Cope elimination reaction. Okay, now this amine oxide, okay, or a tertiary amine oxide containing a beta hydrogen, what we have a tertiary amine oxide which contains a beta hydrogen, it forms alkene. Means what, you just focus on the below reaction. Okay, these are 3 groups, okay, all 3 are substituted here. Okay, यही कंपाउंड यहाँ पे लाके रखा है, सिर्फ आर ग्रुप्स को स्पेसिफाई किया है एग्जाम्पल के लिए. अब ये क्या है, टर्शरी अमाइन ऑक्साइड जो हमारा था, ओके, जिसमें बीटा हाइड्रोजन है, ओके, दिस विल फॉर्म अल्कीन. दिस रिएक्शन इज कोप reaction or Cope elimination reaction. So we are providing heat, okay, and we are getting this alkene, and this alkene is eliminated from this group, okay, so we call it as elimination reaction. Now when you see this specifically, okay, RCH double bond CH2, okay, it has been removed, that is CH double bond CH2. This group has been removed from this part. Okay, from this molecule this group has been removed and rest everything is present here. I hope this reaction is clear to everyone. What we are doing first, we are doing the oxidation of tertiary amine, and after the oxidation of tertiary amine, elimination reaction takes place. What happens after elimination? A alkene is separated and from the main molecule, so it is a elimination reaction, and it has been named by the scientist or the one who has found this. So this is Cope elimination or Cope reaction. Next is carbyl amine reaction. Okay, carbyl amine reaction. Primary amines, both aliphatic or aromatic, on heating with chloroform and alcoholic solution of potassium hydroxide, form isocyanides or carbyl amines which have an extremely unpleasant odor. Okay, so just a minute. Yeah, see, कार्बिलमाइन रिएक्शन, इन कार्बिलमाइन रिएक्शन इसमें क्या होता है, प्राइमरी अमाइंस एलिफेटिक या एरोमेटिक, मतलब उसको एक रिंग स्ट्रक्चर भी है या विदाउट रिंग स्ट्रक्चर. ओके, प्राइमरी अमाउंट अमाइन जो एलिफेटिक हो या एरोमेटिक हो, ऑन हीटिंग विथ क्लोरोफॉर्म, अगर हम उसको क्लोरोफॉर्म के साथ हीट करते हैं, एंड अल्कोहलिक सॉल्यूशन ऑफ KOH, दैट इज पोटेशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. तो व्हाट वी गेट आइसोसाइनेट्स, और उसको हम कार्बिल अमाइंस बोलते हैं. और इन कार्बिल अमाइंस से आइसोसाइनेट्स का जो ओडर है वो एक्सट्रीमली अनप्लीजेंट ओडर होता है. ओके, सो दिस इज अ कार्बिल अमाइन रिएक्शन. नाउ यू कैन सी हियर we have ethanamine, a primary amine, and a chloroform and alcoholic solution of potassium hydroxide. On heating we are getting isocyanoethane. Okay, always cyano compounds have extremely unpleasant odor, and also here cyano compound, that is isocyanide, is formed, and 3 KCl and 3 H2O has been removed. 3 molecules of KOH were used here. Okay, so this is your carbylamine reaction. Next is Claisen-Schmidt reaction. Okay, so it is one of the important reaction, Claisen-Schmidt reaction. It is a base catalyzed crossed aldol condensation in which an aromatic aldehyde condenses with aliphatic aldehyde or ketone. Okay, this is known as simply Claisen reaction. Okay, or yeah, Claisen-Schmidt reaction, whatever you can call. So in this it is a base catalyzed. इस reaction में base जो है वो catalyst है. Okay, crossed aldol condensation in which a aromatic aldehyde condenses with a aliphatic aldehyde or ketone. So we have here a aromatic aldehyde, okay, and a aliphatic ketone we have here, or aliphatic aldehyde, whatever we want we can take here. So benzaldehyde, and we have a aliphatic ketone here. In the presence of dilute NaOH, it is a base. Okay, what we are getting, a condensed product. Okay, benzylidene acetone. This benzylidene acetone is further reacted with water, dilute NaOH, okay, and again a benzaldehyde, we are getting a dibenzyl acetone. I hope this is clear. What we are getting, dibenzyl acetone is the final product that we are getting. Okay, the main motive of the reaction, okay, that is it is base catalyzed. Okay, and the next is an aromatic aldehyde is reacted with a aliphatic aldehyde or aliphatic ketone, and it proceeds towards a condensation reaction, and we are getting dibenzyl acetone as the final product. And how this is proceeding, the whole procedure or the whole mechanism is mentioned here. I hope this is clear. Next we have Cannizzoro's reaction or Cannizzaro reaction. Okay, this reaction is also important and it has been asked many times in most of the competitive examinations. Yeah, Cannizzaro reaction. It is a self-oxidation reduction reaction in which aldehydes that do not have any alpha hydrogen atom undergo disproportionation reaction, that is self-redox reaction, in the presence of 50% aqueous or ethanolic solution of alkali, in which one of the molecule being reduced to alcohol and other being oxidized to the salt of corresponding acid. Okay, the sentence is very specific for this reaction, or the statement is very specific. You see, it is a self oxidation reduction reaction. Cannizaro's reaction is a oxidation reduction reaction. Okay, self oxidation reduction reaction in which aldehyde which do not have a alpha hydrogen atom undergo disproportionation reaction, that is we call it a self oxidation reduction reaction or self redox reaction, and in the presence of 50% aqueous or ethanolic solution of alkali, in which one of the molecule being reduced to alcohol and other being oxidized to the salt of corresponding acid. Okay, so we have two molecules of aldehyde here. We have taken formaldehyde, then we have taken NaOH. Okay, in its aqueous or ethanolic solution, 50% aqueous or ethanolic solution of NaOH. Okay, we are getting what we are getting, a reduced alcohol, and another aldehyde is formed into its corresponding acid, salt of corresponding acid. So two products will be getting in Cannizzaro reaction. One is the alcohol and another is salt of corresponding acid. So sodium fumarate is formed here, okay, and methanol is formed. I hope this is clear. Two molecules of aldehyde which do not have alpha hydrogen, okay, they react in the presence of aqueous or ethanolic solution of alkali, and of those two molecules one is converted into its alcohol and another is converted into its salt of corresponding acid. This is your Cannizzaro reaction. Next we have Claisen condensation reaction. Esters containing alpha hydrogen atom undergo self-condensation in presence of strong base like sodium ethoxide to give beta keto esters. So we have a ester here, ethyl acetate, okay, and here also we have a ethyl acetate. Two ethyl acetate we have. Esters containing alpha hydrogen atom undergo self-condensation reaction. So we have taken two molecules of esters, okay, and they undergo self-condensation in the presence of strong base, okay. We have taken a strong base like sodium ethoxide and it gives beta keto esters, ethyl 3-oxo-butanoate. This is a beta keto ester that we received after this condensation reaction. See, this part and this part is getting removed in this reaction. CH3CO, CH2CO, C2H5, that is ethyl 3-oxo-butanoate, and this, that is C2H5OH, this molecule is removed and thus we get the condensation product here. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we have seen the Claisen condensation reaction. Now we'll move forward. Next we have Curtius rearrangement reaction. Okay, Curtius rearrangement. It is also important reaction. It has been questions on Curtius reaction has been asked in GPAT, NIPER, DI and pharmacist examination. In this method, an acyl azide, okay, obtained from reaction of carboxylic acid chloride and sodium azide
on heating in acidic or alkaline medium yields primary amine. The reaction involves an intermediate isocyanate which is hydrolyzed to give primary amine. Okay. Now what they are saying in this reaction we are using acyl azide. Okay. And how we are getting this acyl azide? By reacting it with carboxylic acid and acid chloride. Okay. When we react carboxylic acid chloride and sodium azide, what we are getting? We are getting acyl azide, and this acyl azide is further reacted, okay, in acidic or alkaline medium. It yields primary amine. Okay. This reaction involves an intermediate isocyanate which is hydrolyzed in given primary amine. So Cruti's rearrangement in this method, an acyl azide obtained from the reaction of carboxylic acid chloride and sodium azide. So we have a carboxylic acid, okay, which is reacted with SOCl2, we get acid chloride. On treatment with NaN3, we are getting acyl azide. So this is our primary reactant, acyl azide, which we have received by reaction of carboxylic acid and sodium azide. This is your sodium azide, okay. And this on heating in acidic or alkaline medium yields primary amine. So what we are doing, we are heating this acyl azide in acidic or alkaline medium. Okay, what we'll be getting, we are getting a primary amine, that is 1 degree amine, RNH2 it is depicted. Okay, this reaction involves intermediate isocyanate. Okay, an intermediate isocyanate is formed which is hydrolyzed to give primary amine. Okay, this intermediate isocyanate is formed which is hydrolyzed, and then we are getting this primary amine. So in overall or in nutshell we can tell that carboxylic acid on reaction with SOCl2 we are getting acid chloride. This acid chloride on reaction with sodium azide we are getting acyl azide. Okay, this is the primary reactant, acyl azide. Now this acyl azide on heating with acidic or alkaline medium, that is we are providing heat here in acidic or alkaline medium, we are getting isocyanate. This isocyanate is hydrolyzed, and then we are getting 1 degree amine, that is primary amine, and carbon CO2 gas is removed. Carbon dioxide gas is removed. So this is Cutry's rearrangement reaction. The main reactant is acyl azide. Okay, acyl azide on heating with acidic or alkaline medium, it yields isocyanate. This isocyanate on hydrolyzation gives primary amine. And how this acyl azide we are getting, that is also mentioned. The next reaction is one of the most famous reaction, or the reaction which most of the student like, that is Diels-Alder reaction. Okay, it is important as well as easiest reaction ever. Diels-Alder reaction, it has been asked many times in GPAT and NIPER examination. Okay, the reaction involves the addition of conjugated diene, that is 4p electron system, to an unsaturated compound called dienophile 2p electron system to yield a cyclic system. Very easy. Don't go into this statement. See what it states. What we are doing, we are combining two molecules in Diels-Alder reaction. Straightforward combine करने हैं दो molecule. देखो buta 1,3-diene we have and ethene we have. Okay, buta 1,3-diene को ये जो ethene है ये यहाँ पे सीधा attach होगा, and we are getting a cyclic structure cyclohexane. Okay, क्या है सिर्फ इसमें इन्होंने क्या दिया है स्टेटमेंट में, वो देखो कॉन्जुगेटेड डाइन. कॉन्जुगेटेड मतलब आपको पता है अल्टरनेट डबल बॉन्ड सिंगल बॉन्ड. ओके, तो यहाँ पे क्या है, कॉन्जुगेटेड डाइन विद 4 पाई इलेक्ट्रॉन सिस्टम. ओके, ये वाला 4 पाई इलेक्ट्रॉन सिस्टम है. इसको हम किससे, एक डाइनोफाइल दैट इज 2 पाई इलेक्ट्रॉन सिस्टम जो है उससे अटैच करेंगे, एंड वी गेट अ साइक्लिक सिस्टम. दिस इज योर Diels-Alder reaction. इट इज वेरी इजी एंड सिंपल. ओके, जस्ट कॉम्बिनेशन हो रहा है इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ हीट. The next is Itard reaction. Itard reaction. Aromatic hydrocarbons on treatment with mild oxidizing agents such as chromyl chloride CrO2Cl2 yields aldehydes. बहुत इजी रिएक्शन है. सिर्फ इसमें क्या है कि रिएक्शन का नाम आपने अभी फर्स्ट टाइम ही देखा होगा, ये बहुत रेयर पूछी जाती है रिएक्शन, दैट इज इटार्ड रिएक्शन. ओके, but it is important. Itard reaction in which aromatic hydrocarbon, we have a toluene here, aromatic hydrocarbon, on treating with mild oxidizing agent like promyl chloride. Okay, it is a mild oxidizing agent, CrO2Cl2. Okay, what we are getting? We are getting aldehydes. Okay, so when you need to convert a aromatic hydrocarbon into a aromatic aldehyde, we can use a mild oxidizing agent. Okay, and this reaction we'll call it as Itard reaction. Okay, very easy reaction. This is Itard reaction in which aromatic hydrocarbons are converted into aromatic aldehydes in the presence of mild oxidizing agents. Next is Frank-Land reaction. Frank-Land reaction. It is similar to Wood's reaction with the difference that instead of sodium, zinc is used here in inert solvent. Okay, फ्रैंकलैंड रिएक्शन और वुड्स रिएक्शन दोनों सेम है. वुड्स रिएक्शन अभी तक हमने देखा नहीं है. जब हम वुड्स रिएक्शन देखेंगे तब आपको ध्यान में आएगा कि इसमें क्या सिमिलरिटी है. फिलहाल इतना ध्यान में रखिए कि फ्रैंकलैंड रिएक्शन इज समवॉट सिमिलर टू वुड्स रिएक्शन. In Frank-Land reaction, zinc is used as inert solvent. Okay, so we have a alkyl halide here, then we have zinc and another molecule of alkyl halide, and this zinc, what it does, it takes out both the halide groups from your alkyl halide. Okay, and it gives you a primary hydrocarbon, and both this X are attached with this zinc. Okay, dialkyl zinc compounds react with tertiary alkyl halide to give hydrocarbons with quaternary carbon atoms only. यहाँ पे और क्या दिया है, डायल्किल जिंक कंपाउंड जो हैं वो क्या करते हैं, दे ओनली रिएक्ट विद टर्शरी अल्किल हलाइड्स. ओके, टू गिव हाइड्रोकार्बन विद क्वाटर्नरी कार्बन एटम्स ओनली. सो वी वोंट गो इन दैट डिटेल. आप इतना ध्यान में रखो इन फ्रैंक-लैंड रिएक्शन. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, दो अल्किल हलाइड जिंक के साथ रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं, उनका जो एक्स ग्रुप है वो दोनों जिंक से साथ अटैच हो जाता है और आपको प्राइमरी अल्केन मिल जाता है. दिस इज योर फ्रैंक-लैंड रिएक्शन. Next we'll see that is Flankstein reaction. Flankstein reaction you can call it as. Okay, in Flankstein reaction we have iodoalkanes can be conveniently prepared by treating alkyl chloride or bromides with sodium iodide in acetone or methanol. This is known as Flankstein reaction. Okay, what we need to prepare in Flankstein reaction, we need to prepare iodoalkane, alkane with iodine substituted. Okay, iodoalkane, alkyl halide. Okay, that we need to prepare. How we are preparing them? By treating alkyl chloride or bromide with sodium iodide. Okay, either alkyl chloride, जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ पे CH3Cl लिया है, या मैं CH3Br ले सकता हूँ. alkyl chloride या alkyl bromide मैं यहाँ पे ले सकता हूँ, उसको मैं सोडियम आयोडाइड से रिएक्ट करूंगा इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एसीटोन और मिथेनॉल एज अ कैटलिस्ट. मुझे क्या मिलेगा, मुझे मिलेगा आयोडोअल्केन एंड द रेस्ट वुड बी सोडियम क्लोराइड यहाँ पे, या सोडियम ब्रोमाइड अगर मैंने अल्किल ब्रोमाइड लिया होगा तो. फ्लैंकस्टाइन रिएक्शन इज वेरी इजी रिएक्शन. इसमें हमें आयोडोअल्केन बनाने होते हैं. आयोडोअल्केन बनाने के लिए हमें अल्किल क्लोराइड या ब्रोमाइड लेना होता है, उसको सोडियम आयोडाइड से रिएक्ट करना होता है इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ एसीटोन और मिथेनॉल. Okay, and we get the iodoalkane, and this reaction we call it as Flankstein reaction. Next is Friedel-Crafts reaction, one of the most famous reaction we can say. Okay, so the statement is on the above page and the reaction on the below page. I hope you can see. So this is Friedel-Crafts reaction. Simple aromatic hydrocarbons can be converted to substituted hydrocarbons by reaction with alkyl halide in presence of Lewis acid like AlCl3 और FeCl3. Okay, simple aromatic hydrocarbon जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ पे बेंजीन लिया है, इसको मैंने एक दूसरे substituted हाइड्रोकार्बन अल्किल हलाइड से रिएक्ट किया, जैसे कि क्लोरोइथेन से मैंने इस सिंपल बेंजीन को मैं रिएक्ट करूंगा इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ लुइस एसिड एल्यूमिनियम ट्राइक्लोराइड. मुझे क्या मिलेगा, मुझे मिलेगा ओके सब्स्टिट्यूटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन मिलेगा. NaHCl इज द बाय प्रोडक्ट 1 इथिल बेंजीन. मतलब क्या होगा, ये जो Cl है ये यहाँ के जो हाइड्रोजन है उससे वो अटैच होगा और CH2 CH3 ये यहाँ पे अटैच हो जाएगा। ओके, वेरी सिंपल रिएक्शन, फेडरल क्राफ्ट्स रिएक्शन। ओके, so next is Fry's rearrangement. Okay, what we'll do, we'll stop here as of now. That is on Friedrichs Kraft reaction, reaction number 17. We have so many reactions. Okay, total in all I think 51, yeah, 51 reactions we have. अब आप बोलोगे कि सर ये इतनी सारी रिएक्शंस हैं, हमें याद कैसे रहेंगे? ओके, so what you have to do is, okay, I will just tell you a simple trick to, not a trick but a way, a systematic way जिसमें आप ये इसके रिएक्शंस के नेम्स, रिएक्शन को सिस्टमेटिकली आप पढ़ सकते हो। ठीक है, तो आपको ये तो ध्यान में रखना है, इसका कोई ऑप्शन दूसरा है नहीं। ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप एक कर सकते हो कि आप अपने नोटबुक में नोट्स बनाते वक्त या ये रिएक्शन पढ़ते वक्त आप एक टेबल बना दो। उस टेबल में आप पहले आपका सीरियल नंबर डाल दो, फिर नेम ऑफ द रिएक्शन डाल दो, फिर स्टार्टिंग प्रोडक्ट डाल दो, फिर कैटलिस्ट डाल दो, और फिर एंड प्रोडक्ट डाल दो, बाय प्रोडक्ट डाल दो, और लास्ट में आप एक लिखो कमेंट सेक्शन। ओके, अब इसमें क्या करोगे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम अल्डोल कंडेंसेशन का लिख रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो आपका सीरियल नंबर 1 आएगा, फिर आप यहाँ पे लिखोगे अल्डोल कंडेंसेशन, फिर आपका स्टार्टिंग मटेरियल है 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ अल्डिहाइड और कीटोन आप लिखोगे, फिर आप अपना कैटलिस्ट लिखोगे डाइल्यूट NaOH Na2CO3 BOH ट्वाइस। उसके बाद आपका प्रोडक्ट लिखोगे, आपको क्या प्रोडक्ट मिलता है, बीटा हाइड्रोक्सी अल्डिहाइड या बीटा हाइड्रोक्सी कीटोन। उसके बाद आप क्या, आप यहाँ पे क्या लिखोगे, बाय प्रोडक्ट। इसमें अगर बाय प्रोडक्ट नहीं है तो आप डैश दे दोगे, होगा तो लिखो। और बाय प्रोडक्ट इतने ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होते, आपने ये कॉलम स्किप किया तो भी चलेगा। उसके बाद कमेंट्स, कमेंट्स में आप क्या लिखोगे, उसके मैकेनिज्म के बारे में या कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट जो आपको उसके बारे में पता हो। ठीक है, जैसे कि यहाँ पे 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स अल्डिहाइड के कीटोन के लिए जा रहे हैं जिनको अल्फा हाइड्रोजन है। ओके, तो अल्फा हाइड्रोजन कंटेनिंग मॉलिक्यूल आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो, या फिर आप बोल सकते हो कि बेस यहाँ पे इंपॉर्टेंट है। ओके, या आप इस मॉलिक्यूल को अल्डोल बोलते हो, तो आपको जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट लगे वो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में डाल दो, बट डोंट मेक इट डिस्क्रिप्टिव। ज्यादा बड़ा बड़ा पैराग्राफ्स नहीं लिखना है, जस्ट पॉइंट टू पॉइंट लिखना है। अब इस टेबल को आप क्या करोगे, आप इस टेबल को रिवाइज करते रहोगे जब तक आपकी जीपैट की एग्जामिनेशन नहीं होती। और दूसरी बात, अब यहाँ पे मैंने आपको 51 रिएक्शंस जो हैं वो मैं आपको लेने वाला हूँ, या उससे थोड़ी बहुत इधर उधर और भी अगर होंगी तो और भी ज्यादा रिएक्शन जो भी होंगी वो मैं आपको यहाँ पे पढ़ाऊंगा। बट आप क्या कर सकते हो, आप अपनी पढ़ाई के बाद अगर आपको ये 51 या ये 60 रिएक्शन छोड़ के और भी कुछ रिएक्शन मिल रही हैं तो यू कैन ऐड बिलो इन दिस टेबल। ओके, सिस्टमैटिकली आप समझ रहे हो, दिस इज द सिस्टमैटिक वे टू स्टडी इन केस ऑफ नेम रिएक्शन और रीअरेंजमेंट रिएक्शन। इससे क्या होगा ना, आपको जिस चीज पे फोकस करना है वही चीज आपको आंखों के सामने दिखेगी। इवन मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं कि वो यहाँ पे उसके स्ट्रक्चर भी निकाल देते हैं। ठीक है, कैटलिस्ट का स्ट्रक्चर निकाल देते हैं या मॉलिक्यूलर फॉर्मूला लिख देते हैं। तो what will happen here, it would be very easy for you to understand. So here I end the session.